Call the August 28th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting to order. Ms. Quinn Rambo, would you please call the roll?
Jade Castile. Here. Jim Jackson. Pete McGorry.
Here.
David Miller.
Here.
Steve Pajali.
Here.
Connor Whalen.
Here.
Mike Zula.
Here.
Okay, the next item is the approval of minutes from our July 9th, 2024 meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review those? Any comments, questions?
Motion to approve as presented, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, moving on to new business. Our first and only item of new business is 419 East Market Street. Mr. Oaks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The site of 419 East Market Street is zoned CS Commercial Service. The surrounding zoning to the north, east, and south is commercial service. The south is also general business across the street, and then to the west is DBD Downtown Business. The surrounding uses of this site are business and residential, and the proposed use of this site is a mixed use of office, commercial, and hotel. The owner of 419 East Water Street is currently in the process of rehabilitating the building into a mixed-use space with office, Market Street, commercial, and hotel uses. The applicant has submitted an application for a conditional use permit to replace the previous wall sign at the ground floor level with a new halo backlit wall sign above the ground floor level. The zoning code permits signs above the ground floor level with a conditional use permit. Based on analysis of applicability according to zoning code section 1109.10, staff has determined that all of the standards are met for determining a conditional use permit. The size, location are harmonious to the rehabilitation of the structure and appropriate to this situation. All zoning code standards are also met. There were no concerns or comments from other departments within the city. And staff recommends the approval of the proposed conditional use permit at 419 East Market Street with the following conditions. That's that all applicable permits are obtained through the building department, engineering department, division of planning, and any other applicable agency prior to the construction and installation of the sign. That should not be excessive brightness or cause a glare, hazardous to pedestrians or auto drivers. The color temperature of the light of the sign shall be 3,000 kelvins or below, and that no light shall cast north of the fixture where the sign raises above the building height. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oaks. I see the applicant is here this evening. Would you like to come up and add anything, Mr. Torres?
Sure. Should I introduce myself?
For the record.
Yes.
My name's Ed Torres, 430 East Market Street. I think this would be definitely a nice added feature so people can recognize what it is. We have a lot of guests that sometimes get confused when they get into the area, but by posting this sign up there, we'll definitely let them know they're at the right place. We put in a lot of money into this place, and I think adding this sign would be a nice stamp for people to see and enjoy. I would say as far as the lighting goes, we definitely don't want it too bright. It's supposed to be just an accent light, so it definitely won't be putting out a lot of light.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm looking at two versions, the top and the bottom. Can you explain the difference? It's one daylight, one nighttime, or what? Or are those two different options? Okay.
Nathan Glass, 701 Buckeye Lane. So what you're looking at is correct. Daytime versus nighttime on paper, on a computer screen, it's obviously just a simulated view, but it's just to kind of show that the light is just gonna kind of come from the back side of the letter to where it stood off from that backer panel. So it's kind of more of an accent light. It's not shining through like a plastic sign face.
So is the top version the daytime?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or discussions from around the table?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Zuloff.
I'd like to move that we approve the application subject to the conditions as recommended by staff report.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second that. Oh, go ahead, you can do it.
It's been moved and seconded. Before I take a vote, the other people in the audience, did you have anything that you might want to say, or were you just here to observe the meeting?
He wants to know if you want to say something.
Oh, we're just in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
We wanted to see what was going on,
Okay.
and then what I see here is very tasteful. But at nighttime, around 2 o'clock, I notice neon signs from that area. And I can't figure out where that's coming from. So that's what I thought, maybe you were doing a neon sign. You don't know anything about that. But this is very tasteful, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, could we get your name and your address for the record so we can put it in the minutes?
337 East Water Street.
Your name?
Your name.
Your name.
Oh, Robert Strong.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for your comments.
So we still have discussion first, right?
Yeah, discussion? Well, if there's,
Well, Mr. Chairman,
yes, Mr. Zuloff.
to make sure the meeting is, not too short and not setting a record, I'd like to comment that the building looks great, and sure neat to see an innovative use of the building, and so wishing the applicant all the best.
I'd like to second that comment.
Yes,
Good luck going forward.
I would also add that you've done a great job with this building. Everything you do is first class, and this is no exception. In the first floor, is the first floor still vacant?
It is. So there's 2 sections to that first floor. A third of that space is James Rusat's CPA,
Yeah.
and the other 2/3 space is currently vacant. The object is to try to attract maybe either a restaurant or something similar that would, I guess, appeal to like a hotel, so.
And is business good in the,
It's surprisingly doing really well,
Good.
more than I expected. People come from all over the country and stay there, and they love it so much, they say, I can't wait to come back. They love our downtown, Cedar Point. They go to the Sports Force, Kalahari even events. They stay there, and obviously the islands. But it's doing really well.
okay. Thank you for your comments. Any other discussion? Ms. Rambo, would you call the roll?
Connor Whalen?
Yes.
Jade Castile?
Yes.
Mike Zuloff?
Yes.
Pete McGorry?
Yes.
Steve Pajali?
Yes.
David Miller?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Do we have anything else for the good of the order, Ms. Blair?
I have a couple updates I can offer the commission. On Monday, this past Monday, the 26th, the city commission heard the lighting ordinance as recommended by planning commission and passed that on first reading. It also came with a nuisance lighting ordinance as companion legislation, and that passed on first reading. So those will be on the September 9th agenda for the second reading. And some project updates I thought you'd be interested in if you haven't seen them going on. The Sandusky Wheels Park is fully under construction right now over by the Sailing Club and between the Justice Center and the Sailing Club. It's really neat, and I recommend taking a look. It's behind protected behind a fence, but you can definitely get a good look at the progress of that project. And you'll notice when you're there that the Justice Center is wrapping up. Their landscaping is largely complete. That project is close to completion. I don't know the dates on those. The Wheels Park project is a couple weeks ahead of schedule so far, so hopefully the weather stays good and we can keep up the progress. On the Columbus Avenue Streetscape project, I know we mentioned that will happen. It's the official construction start date could be right after Labor Day. The last I heard is that it's probably going to be a little later like towards the end of September. So I should get you I should have some good schedule updates if you're curious at our next meeting. The work that you're seeing out on Columbus Avenue right now is not the streetscape project, that is Columbia Gas, and they are doing work to reconnect main gas lines. That's work that they need to get done in order to get out of our way so we can construct the streetscape. So if you're seeing that, and if you're getting questions from your friends and neighbors, that's what's happening there.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Zuloff.
Yes, I wonder if we could touch briefly on the Jackson Street parking lot hotel. Is that dead in the water, or is the city open to new proposals, or what's the status of all that?
The Jackson Street parking lot development, that the development team received a 6-month extension from City Commission on the memorandum of understanding that they have. I can't recall the end date, but it is before the end of this year of that extension, so we'll have some kind of public announcement soon. There's been some conversations, but I'm not in all of them. There's, at this point, not a substantial update, only that their, due diligence and studying of the site continues.
Sure. Thank you.
Any questions or comments from Ms. Blair? Okay, if not, the only comment I would have is that the commission expressed their appreciation for the hard work that Mr. Zuloff had done on the dark sky lighting efforts.
Oh, great, I'm going to get the blame.
You may want to go back and watch that.
Thank you, I will.
If there isn't anything else for the good of the order, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Then move, second?
Second.
All right, we stand adjourned. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.